How to survive the Manananggal in the Philippines. I grew up hearing stories about the Manananggal, the terrifying creature that splits in half at night, leaving its lower body behind while its upper half flies through the darkness, hunting for blood. I never thought I'd need to remember those stories, until last summer. It was a humid evening in a remote town in Batangas, where I was staying with my grandmother. Power outages were common, and that night, the entire neighborhood was swallowed by darkness. The only light came from my phone's weak flashlight. The insects outside had gone silent, a dead giveaway that something was wrong. Lola had always warned me, if you hear the sound of flapping wings at night, do not look up. It may sound far, but that means it's near. At first, I thought I was imagining things, but then I heard it, slow, deliberate wing beats cutting through the silence. The hairs on my arms stood on end. My stomach tightened. I remembered Lola's other warnings: find its lower half and destroy it. The Manananggal leaves its legs and torso behind, usually hidden in tall grass or abandoned houses. If you smear salt or garlic on the severed part, the creature won't be able to reattach itself by dawn. Stay indoors and keep the windows closed. The Manananggal is patient. If it can't get inside, it will wait. Don't let it catch you looking. It knows when you see it. The flapping stopped. The silence was worse. I knew it was close. I inched toward the door and locked it. My heart pounded so hard I could barely breathe. Then, a scratch, slow and deliberate, ran down the tin roof. I checked my phone. No signal. The flashlight flickered. A faint tapping came from the window. My mouth went dry. I forced myself to remember Lola's final warning: if it whispers your name, don't answer. A raspy voice floated through the air: Miguel. I squeezed my eyes shut, pressing myself against the wall. The voice came again, sickly sweet, coaxing: Miguel, I see you. I clenched my fists, my mind racing. The sun would rise in 2 hours. If I survived until then, I'd be safe. Suddenly, something heavy slammed against the roof. The weight shifted, and I heard a wet, sucking sound, like something tasting the air. I had to do something. I grabbed a bundle of garlic from the kitchen and a small bag of salt. If I could find its lower half, I could end this. But going outside meant walking straight into its hunting ground. Then, a thought struck me. The old well. Lola had told me that Manananggals sometimes hid their lower halves near water sources. The well was only a few meters from the house. If I moved fast, a loud shriek pierced the air. The window rattled violently. I bolted out the back door, feet slamming against the dirt. The air smelled of something rotten. My stomach turned, and then I saw it, a pair of motionless legs, standing in the tall grass. The torso was severed at the waist, the wound jagged and blackened. I wasted no time. I poured the salt over the wound, stuffing garlic into the cavity. A piercing, blood-curdling scream erupted from above. The flapping wings became frantic, uncoordinated. The Manananggal crashed through the trees, twisting and writhing in agony as the first light of dawn crept over the horizon. Its body convulsed. Flesh sizzled. And then, it let out one final screech before bursting into ash. The wind carried away what was left of it. I stood there, breathless, covered in sweat. My legs trembled, but I had survived. Lola was right. The stories were real, and now, I knew how to fight back. Tips on how to survive a Manananggal: never sleep with your windows open at night. Always have garlic and salt nearby. If you hear the wings, don't look up. If it whispers your name, never answer. Find its lower half before dawn.